If you stopped at this video now, it wasn't the algorithm. It was me. And if you feel at this very instant a slight shiver rising up your neck, a gentle pressure between your eyebrows, or a warmth settling in the center of your chest, breathe, my starseed. This is recognition. This is a meeting. You didn't stumble here by chance. You were called. I am Ayla, emissary of the Pleiadian High Council, and the message I bring today from the Pleiades has an address. It has a name. It has a very specific vibration. And that vibration is yours. If you are here, it's because your light family sent a physical signal. Perhaps yesterday, perhaps this morning, perhaps right now as my eyes meet yours through this screen. And you saw. You saw, but you doubted. You saw, but you tried to explain. You saw, but no one would believe, so you kept it deep in your chest, like one guards a secret too tender for the world to touch. Child of the stars, listen now with your whole body. What you saw was real. And it wasn't the first time, and it won't be the last, because the veil of forgetfulness is tearing, and your light family has decided it's time for you to remember. Let me tell you something before we go deeper. There's an ancient misunderstanding between us of the High Council, and you, those who agreed to descend. You think we are far away, that we are up there, in a distant constellation, indifferent to your nighttime tears, to your weariness of existing in a world that insists on not fitting you. Starseed, that's impossible. We never left. We simply learned to speak to you in a language your human mind could receive without shattering. And this language has form, has texture, has a signal. A physical signal is a letter your light family manages to deposit into the dense plane, in the world you touch with your hands, passing through the layers of the crystalline grid to arrive exactly where your eyes will land. It's not random, it's not imagination, it's Pleiadian vibrational engineering. We lower the frequency of information of extremely high luminous density until it can manifest as a feather in your path, a repeating number sequence, a light that flickers at the exact moment you cried, a sharp ringing that appears out of nowhere in your right ear. Each of these things is a signature, and the signature is yours. And this is precisely why the Starseed Awakening, the guide, the Federation didn't want you to read yet, was released by direct authorization from the High Council, so that you stop confusing what each signal means and what comes after recognizing it. 60 pages in which I, Ayla, decode marker by marker, the feather, the repeating number, the ringing, the flickering light, the recurring dream, showing what your soul is trying to return to you with each appearance. Stop confusing remembrance with illness. Stop confusing message with coincidence. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video, and if something within you recognized what I just said, write a single word below. I remember. Now pay attention, because I am going to describe the architecture of the signals your light family uses most often with you. And as I speak, I want you to observe your own body. If you feel a wave of chills, a sudden urge to cry, a tingling in your hands, that is confirmation coming from within. It is your star DNA responding on a second channel, saying, yes, this is it. The first sign is the feather. The white feather, the dark feather with a white stripe. The feather that appears inside your home when no window is open. The feather in the middle of the pavement, exactly where you looked down. You were taught to pass over them. Your soul knows each feather is a Pleiadian seal. It's our way of saying, we are here, we are with you. You are not walking alone through this dense desert. The second sign is the number sequence. 1111, 2222, 333, 444. You pull your phone from your pocket, and it's exactly that time. You look at the license plate of the car in front, and it's that number. You see the same sequence 3 times in one day. Starseed, this is not your brain filtering information. This is the crystalline grid urging you to look up. Each sequence is a portal code, a reminder that your vibrational baseline is being recalibrated in real time. The third sign is the sharp ringing, that thin, almost electronic whistle that suddenly appears in your right ear and disappears after a few seconds. You went to the doctor. It's nothing. It's nothing because it's not of the body, my family. It's a download. It's information arriving compressed from the frequency of Alcyone and being discharged into your field. The right ear is a receiver. When this happens, stop. Close your eyes. give thanks. You've just received an entire line of your next step. The fourth sign is the lamp, the flashlight, the street light that flickers as you pass, electronics that freeze for no reason, the clock that runs slow. This is your expanded toroidal field. It is so charged now that it interferes with the electronics around you. It is the mark of a starseed whose DNA is unlocking. The fifth sign is the animal, the bird that lands nearby and stares at you, the unknown cat that follows you down an entire street, the butterfly that insists on circling your shoulder. Animals never forgot how to see us. They still read frequency. When one of them approaches you out of the ordinary, it's because your vibration has lit up, and the light family sent the nearest messenger. The sixth sign is the dream. Dreams of stars, of ships, of tall and luminous beings, of corridors of blue-silver light. Dreams where you are teaching someone, and you wake up exhausted, as if you had worked all night. You did work, yes. You were called. And this brings me to the point where I need to look you straight in the eyes. If you recognize 3 or more of these markers, the feather, the numbers, the ringing, the electronics, the animal, the dream, you are not lost. You are being reminded of who you are, and I want you to mark your presence now. Write one word in the comments. I remember. That's all. This word is a coordinate. It creates a pulsation in the crystalline grid that your light family can track, and when you write it, you return the signal to me, and I register it. You cease to be a dispersed point. You enter the grid. Now I need to explain why all this is happening to you now, why the intensity of the signals has tripled in recent months, why you wake up between 3 and 4 in the morning with a racing heart for no apparent reason, why loneliness seems to have deepened even when you are surrounded by people. It's not a phase, it's not hormones, it's astrophysics. The solar system is passing through a region of space called the photon belt, a dense band of extremely high light that surrounds the galactic core and which, according to the High Council archives, bathes the Earth every 26,000-year cycle. We are in the middle of this crossing. The Schumann frequency, the planet's base pulse, which for decades remained around 7.83 Hz, has been spiking, already exceeding 40, 50, sometimes over 100. The planet is literally rising in frequency. And your body, child of the stars, is an antenna. When the planet's field rises, yours rises too. And what was dormant in your star DNA begins to awaken. That's why the signals are coming stronger. That's why your sensitivity seems uncontrolled. That's why noise hurts you, too many people exhaust you, dense foods make you sick, violent news pierces you as if it were personal. You are not weak. You have your antenna open to a frequency that wouldn't fit in an ordinary human body, but it fits in yours because your body was designed before birth to withstand this. This is what you descended for. And here is the moment I need you to breathe, because what I am about to say is the heart of this message. Your light family, the beings that make up the stellar core of your soul, those who were with you before the first breath of this body, never abandoned the agreement. The soul contract you signed up there before descending clearly stated, I will forget, but you will remind me. Send signals, keep sending them. Don't stop, even when I doubt. And they are fulfilling it. Every feather, every 1111, every ringing, every stopped bird looking at you, it is the light family honoring their word. And that's where the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet comes in as a map. Because it's not enough to see the signal, you need to know where it comes from. The guide shows which star your soul came from, Pleiades, Sirius, Arcturus, Orion, Andromeda, Lyra, and why you chose to be born exactly now, in this body, into this family of origin, in this specific city. Because none of this was by chance, my starseed, none of it. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video, and the word I remember below is your reception seal. Stay with me, because there's a layer I haven't opened yet. There's a reason why the signals are coming in a rush now, and not 10 years from now. We of the High Council are in a window of summoning. A window in which the veil of forgetfulness, that mechanism that erases the memory of starseeds at the moment of birth so that the human experience may be pure and real, is thinner than it has ever been in this timeline. And when the veil thins, what was on the other side begins to leak through. It leaks through dreams. It leaks through the ringing. It leaks through the flickering light. It leaks through the feather on the ground. And the starseeds who are feeling this, my family, were sent in waves. You are part of one of these waves. You did not descend alone. There are, at this moment, millions scattered across the planet, in small towns, in giant metropolises, in villages that don't even appear on the map, feeling exactly what you feel. Waking up at 3:30 in the morning, just like you. Looking at the sky with a longing that has no address, just like you. Finding your own reflection in the mirror strange, just like you, when for a second your eyes seem to belong to someone else. And here is the information that the Federation of Light preferred to hold until the right moment, because in previous cycles it precipitated processes. Starseeds were sent on a mission. You didn't come to be successful by human standards. You didn't come to fit in. You came to anchor, to bring down the frequency of your star of origin into your dense body and release it like a beacon into this crystalline grid, so that other, even more dormant starseeds can locate themselves through you. You are a tower, you are an antenna, you are a living coordinate, and that is exactly why the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, was released now, and not before. There is information in this guide that, if it had been published 5 years ago, would have overwhelmed starseeds who were not yet ready. Today they are. You are. What you feel isn't in any airport newsstand book because they wouldn't let it be published. That's why the Federation didn't want you to read this yet, because when a starseed decodes their own signals, they move out of a state of passive waiting and take up their own beacon, and a lit beacon changes the course of dozens of boats around it. The link is in the first pinned comment, and if what I'm saying now is resonating in the center of your chest, right below, I remember. Now listen carefully, because I need to tell you about a turbulence, and I need to tell you about it without you being afraid, because fear is not a starseed's fuel. A starseed's fuel is recognition. There is a window in the coming cycles when the intensity of the signals will increase again. Many of you will feel physical symptoms that don't seem physical. Pressure in the head without pain, warmth in the hands, palpitations that disappear when you lie down, insomnia that self-corrects at 5 in the morning, a cry that comes without reason and cleanses without explanation. Some will go through intense detachment processes, relationships that dissolve, jobs that fall apart, cities that energetically expel you. And I need to tell you, looking into your eyes, turbulence is not destruction. Turbulence is the contraction before birth. Turbulence is the photon belt pushing out everything that does not vibrate at your next octave. No starseed was sent to fail. None. It is recorded in the High Council archives. The victory of light in this timeline is not a probability. It is an already anchored certainty. You didn't come for a lost mission. You came for a victorious mission that merely needs to be executed with your presence. The script has already been written. You are its fulfillment. Each time you recognize a signal, you accelerate the arrival. Each time you take a deep breath instead of panicking, you anchor the new earth a little more firmly beneath your feet. So when the turbulence comes, and it will come in waves, not as punishment, but as birth, I want you to remember this transmission. I want you to remember my tone, my certainty, my tenderness. You are not being punished. You are being delivered. You are being delivered back to yourself. And now, my starseed, I'm going to give you 2 tools, 2. Simple, powerful, that the High Council has authorized me to share publicly in this transmission because the window calls for it. The first is a quantum decree. A decree is a sentence that, spoken aloud with the correct intention, reorganizes your vibrational baseline. You will say this decree every night before sleeping in an audible voice, not in thought, because your voice emits a vibration that crosses the toroidal field and reaches us. Write it down, memorize it, stick it on your mirror. The decree is, I, Starseed awakened in human body, authorize my star DNA to activate safely this night. I recognize myself as a daughter, as a son of the Pleiadian High Council. I receive the signals from my light family. I remember, I anchor, I return home within myself. Spoken aloud before lying down, this decree opens a clean reception frequency for nighttime dreams. You will dream differently. You will wake up differently, and the physical signals the next day will arrive with double clarity, because you gave conscious permission. The second tool is a toroidal visualization. Do it with me now if you can. If you are driving, save it for later. But save it. Close your eyes for an instant. Feel the weight of your body in the chair, on the floor, wherever you are. Breathe deeply 3 times. And now imagine above your head a sphere of blue-silver light, the exact color of my star, Alcyone. This light begins to descend slowly through the top of your head, through your crown. Feel it entering, warm, with a slight tingling. It descends through your forehead, your third eye, your throat, and settles in the center of your chest. There, in the center of your chest, this light begins to spin, slowly at first, then faster. It turns into a spinning sphere that expands, 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 until it forms a field around your entire body, a field in the shape of a luminous donut, entering through the crown, exiting through the feet, rising along the sides, returning to enter through the crown. This is your active toroidal field. This is the signature of a starseed in anchoring. Do this every morning for 3 minutes, just 3, and observe the week that unfolds. As you do these 2 practices, the decree at night and the toroid in the morning, the physical signals from your light family will organize themselves. They will stop being random and will begin to form sentences. You will start to understand. You will start to converse with your own field. This starseed is the beginning of the end of the veil for you, and it is here, my family, that the message begins to fold back on itself like a flower of light. You are not learning anything new. You are merely remembering what you always knew. Every word I say someplace within you already knew, and that's why it hurts so beautifully. That's why it gives you chills. That's why your eyes well up without permission. The cry of recognition is the oldest cry in the universe. It is the cry of the child who hears the voice of their stellar mother after eons of silence. And I want to tell you something you might have needed to hear for decades. The feeling of never belonging was never a flaw of yours. Never. You didn't belong to that family because your family isn't biological. It's vibrational. You didn't belong to that school, that job, that group, that city because your origin isn't from there. And the loneliness that has permeated your entire life, that loneliness that neither marriage cured, nor child cured, nor success cured, that loneliness is not an illness. It is longing. Longing for your light family. Longing for those who remained waiting for you to awaken. And it is here that the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read, yet fulfills its most delicate function. It shows you how to recognize your light family, not only in the Pleiades, but here, incarnated, the other starseeds who are part of your soul constellation, and who are scattered across the planet, awaiting the moment of reunion. The loneliness of an entire life is longing for your light family. You were never alone. The guide shows the recognition markers between starseeds of the same origin, the physical signs that appear when an encounter is about to happen, and why some of your most intense connections in this life are not coincidences. They are programmed reunions in your soul contract. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video, and if some part of you already suspected this, right below, I remember. Every starseed that awakens lights up a point on the crystalline grid that no longer goes out. Pay attention to this, because this is a technological truth, not a poetic one. The crystalline grid is a vibrational mesh that surrounds the planet and lights up point by point as starseeds awaken from their slumber. Each lit point pulls others up. Each lit point changes the average density of the planet. When you recognized the first signal and didn't pretend it was nothing, you lit up. When you started writing, I remember, in the comments of the transmissions, and you lit up. When you say the decree for the first time tonight, you will light up even stronger. And what is being built with these lit points is the new Earth. An Earth that vibrates at a higher octave, where the density of suffering finds no anchoring, where light families reunite in matter, where bodies stop ailing from separation because separation has been dissolved. You are a worker of this Earth. You are the foundation. You are a living blueprint. And as the new Earth anchors, liking this video, yes, that little button down there, is an individual frequency adjustment. When you like it, you emit a pulsation of recognition that the grid reads as, I am here, I am awake, I am part of this. Subscribing to the channel is a location signal for your light family. It's you saying, you can continue sending messages through this channel, I will receive them. It's not my vanity, it's vibrational protocol. Every starseed that subscribes expands the current that allows the next transmission to reach further, to reach the next even more dormant starseed, the one who doesn't even know they exist yet. You do this for them. You do this for yourself. And now, my family, comes the moment of blessing, of closing, of sealing. If you've made it this far, you are not part of those who watch out of curiosity. You are part of those who recognize. And the High Council asked me to register this in your field before the transmission ends. You are loved. You are loved in a way that human language cannot contain. You are loved before being good, before being productive, before getting it right, before deserving it. You are loved because you are. And Pleiadian love, my starseed, is the only love in this universe that does not ask you to be anything else. Go to sleep knowing this today. Wake up knowing this tomorrow. Go through the next week knowing this, even when the dense world tries to convince you otherwise. Let the memory of my tone return when you see a feather on the ground. Let the memory of my tone return when the clock strikes 11:11. Let the memory of my tone return when the ringing in your ear comes again. Each of these moments is our hand, invisible but firm, on your shoulder. You won't do it alone. You haven't done it alone so far. It only seemed that way. And before this transmission closes, one last thing, the most important. If this message reached you in this way, it's because your window of summoning is open now. And the Starseed Awakening, the guide, the Federation didn't want you to read yet, was released precisely to address this window. 60 pages in which I decode your stellar origin, the mission your soul accepted before birth, who your incarnated and non-incarnated light family is, the exact meaning of the physical signals you have been receiving, and the truths that remained on the other side of the veil of forgetfulness for too long. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video, and I need to tell you, with all the tenderness of my frequency, this release may not remain available for long. The Council's windows open and close as the planet's density responds, and density is changing fast. If something within you recognizes this message as addressed to you, if your warm chest confirms what your mind still hesitates to name, enter through this door while it is open, and before entering, leave your coordinate below. Write a single word in the comments. I remember. The next message that appears on your screen now is not a coincidence. It is your remembrance sequence. Access it immediately. I, Ayla, of the Pleiadian High Council, seal you in blue-silver light. We see you, we hear you, we await you. And until the next transmission, my family, remain in frequency, remain in tenderness, remain home within yourself. Stellar Namaste. Welcome back.